Hey everybody, this is Bronco Juggalo, and it is time for another Wild Eye review. Now today I am reviewing Cocaine Shark. Now this is directed by Mark Polonia and came out in 2023. It has an alternate title that I'm going to have to read to you because I can't say it without reading it. Kanizame Shakarabu. That is the title that it was released under in Japan, which means crab shark. Now, this is just one of several Cocaine Bear ripoffs that have come out over, the last year or so. Or whatever. Since Cocaine Bear's been out. I don't remember how long that's been. There's Cocaine Cougar, there's Cocaine Shark. I know there's Cocaine Bear, that's the original. Cocaine Bat. There's so many things that are cocaine, whatever. This movie was actually had its name changed to that because of Cocaine Bear. This was not supposed to be a cocaine film. This is actually Mark Polonia's 10th shark film, at least as far as I could find out on IMDb. And honestly, guys, I'm not thrilled about that. This has a 2.1 on IMDb. And I hate saying this about Polonia, but it should have gotten a lot lower. I really didn't like Sharkula. Out of his shark films, I really didn't like Sharkula because it was pretty kind of boring. This one, honestly, was just bad. I feel like he didn't put really any effort into it, and that kills me because I'm a Polonia fan. I love Mark Polonia's movies. But these shark movies are just getting kind of worse every time, and they're getting kind of really just... I wish he would stop doing the shark films and just do the stuff that he is famous for. Stuff like Splatter Farm, stuff like Halloween Night. Those movies were killer, and I really wish he would just go back to doing that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm sure it's like, hey, we got this project, would you direct it? He's a B movie director. He's not some rich Hollywood director. So he's like, yeah, sure, I'll do it, And that's fine. I get that. Making a living, got nothing against that. Gotta give him his dues for making a living. Anyways, sorry, I got off on a tangent there. This stars Titus Himmelberg and Jeff Kirkendall, which are two staples of Polonia films. The Mafia has put out a new drug derived from sharks, and it's a hallucinogen that makes you trip out and think you're a shark. Well, maybe things are a little realer than you thought. You wake up, you have some weird feelings in your stomach, like you're really full, so on and so forth. You get my drift. Meanwhile, they have a bunch of mutants that are part of their experiments in this laboratory. And I think it's funny how the Mafia did all this, but okay, the mutants all break out, and our hero has to fight them, so to speak. Not really, kind of. I'm not trying to give too much away on this, but guys, this one it's just that way. I'm sorry. I want you to see it for yourself. If you're into this kind of stuff, if you like crappy shark movies, if you like cheesy shark movies, go check it out. I wrote down two cons, which were the creature effects and the acting. But there's a lot of cons in this film. The dialogue was too much. Except for one character, and I'm about to get into that. I just was like, I don't know, man. This one was... I know, alright. I've been doing these reviews a long time. I shouldn't be at a loss for words. And it's not like this one was so groundbreakingly bad that it put me at a loss for words. I'm just getting a little frustrated with the movies that Mark's been coming out with, except for alright, he did Amityville in Space. That movie was funny as hell. I loved it. Great film. B movie schlock to the T. But all these shark movies, Mark, please, if you ever watch this, please just stop with the shark movies. Please, for me, do me a favor. Now, there was one bright spot in this movie. The character Neil is an undercover cop. And throughout the film, he has a audible inner monologue, which I really thought was cool because it really reminded me of those old like 1940s, 1950s, 1920 detective movies. The detective story where the detective would have the inner monologue. I mean, they even did it on Looney Tunes. They did it with Daffy Duck and they parodied it. But you know where the detective's sitting there in his office and he's thinking and he's just reading to himself or doing whatever, and a girl walks in and you can tell that he's just thinking in his head. He's like, I knew the moment she walked through my door that this day would be trouble. You know, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. You know, and he did a really good job with it. Reading it, you know, for the inner monologue, it sounded really good. It sounded old school, and I really loved it. I thought that was really cool. That was the only bright spot in this whole film, guys. I'm sorry, but it was. Again, Mark, love you. Wild Eyes putting out these films for you. I mean, you're Mark Polonia. They're going to put them out for you. Please stop with the shark movies. Please, 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 please. For me. Do it for me. All right? This is Bronco Juggalo saying thank you. Check out Cocaine Shark and check out Wild Eye. They have a lot of awesome titles. I just wish this was one of them. Peace out, y'all.